What's going on, guys? Welcome back to American Kaiju, and today we're talking ASFs. So, why African soft-furred instead of regular European rats? So, there is a lot of research out there. There is multiple people doing these, whether it's because it's the ball python's natural diet or they're higher in protein. The name of the game here is to get your ball pythons to their best weight as healthy as possible. Meaning, no like overfeeding, which will encourage regurgitation, just safe feeding that is going to get your ball pythons weight up. Kind of like to think of the European rat and the African soft-furred rat or mouse as the European rat being a Denny steak. Denny steak is a steak and it's good. You can survive, you can live off that. It's a steak. No matter how you order it, it's a steak. And the African soft-furred is one of those steak you drop a couple hundo on. I mean, like, it's the steak that comes with the herbs. It was cooked in butter. They put the garlic in it. They basted it with the butter when they were cooking it. It's a steak. There's clearly a difference between the two. I would rather feed my ball pythons that high-end steak rather than anything else. And as long as I can give it to them. You know what? A better analogy, I guess, is like ASFs are like Kobe beef, right? And then European rats are just like, beef chuck, It's there. It's good. It'll get you through the freaking winter. So today I'm going to kind of walk you through how I take care of these guys. Also, again, a huge shout out to my good friend G. Gilbert over at G's Pythons. He gave me these two colonies. Actually, they started off as one massive colony, but I broke them up into two. And yeah, so let's hop into this. So first things first, the main bedding I use is this stuff called Eco Flake. I'm not too sure what it's made out of. I probably should have looked that up before making this video, but we're here now. It looks like this stuff. I get it from my feed bin. I'm assuming it's a fake pine, right? I mean, I really don't know what it is made out of, but my ASFs thrive on it. There's no red eyes. There's no red feet. It's the safest stuff that I've used. And I haven't used anything else. That's a lie. Okay, so I used the paper bedding, the carefree paper bedding that most people probably use for hamsters. But then, like, I read that holds urine and like it doesn't. It's bad for the respiratory. So I went here, and this stuff has worked out. Next up is honestly something that I've always used. They love it, and I don't know. I just it's again, like, so a lot of people usually ask me when they come over, like, why do you treat these rats if they're food so well? And I'm just like, well, because they're food. My ball pythons are going to eat them, and I want them to like thrive. The old you are what you eat, but it is going to be like this natural Timothy hay. They love this stuff. They chew it up. It becomes their bedding. I think they're happier with it. I've had better clutches with it, or clutches. Mine's on the pythons. Better like litters, higher litters, like crazy litters with this stuff. I don't know why. More than anything else, it's this stuff. So if I had to say there was a secret ingredient, it would be this. Next up, guys, is this thing. If you know rats and if you know ASFs, you know they love chewing on stuff. This thing not only comes with something they could chew on, it also has a bedding that they could use for bedding. It's pretty rad. It's like a cottony bedding or something like that. But they love it. And they also could chew on this, which is super, super cool. And also, guys, so the enclosure I use is the extra large rat breeding enclosure from our rat breeding tub from Reptile Basics, I believe. It is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. And I love it for that fact. So much so right now I have 3-to-1, which is 3 females to 1 male. When they do start producing litters, I think I'm going to leave another female and another male in there, and there's still so much room in there for these guys. If you know ASFs, you know they're not notoriously big things, you know. But yeah, so we are going to move on to what I'm feeding these guys. All right, guys. So for food, I feed them this high protein, it's like high performance. It is this pit bull food. It is pretty rad. It actually says it on the pack too. If you can read, it says if you can read, how rude. If you read, it's 30% protein, 20% fat. It's like I said, it's pretty rad. But I guess they again use this for pit bulls. I use it for feeding. Again, I don't use the Missouri rat block. I just don't. Again, I've had great high litters with these guys, especially since I switched them to that. And there's no need. Plus, everything else I mix with their food. So in this container is their food. I also mix mealworms, oats. There's like black seeds in there. Black sunflower seeds are in there. Just all the good stuff. There's not any corn. Also on top of that, there is a little bit of hamster food in there, but just like a tiny, like it's not even enough to make a dent, but there is a little bit of hamster food in there. But yeah, they eat this, they love it, and it's amazing. It also helps with, again, my litters. It helps. I don't know. They seem more healthy. They seem more active with this stuff, and again, it's worked for me so far, so I'm recommending it. So the other thing when it comes to ASFs, also when it because I'm feeding it such a high in protein, I always make sure that their water is full. So always make sure that their water's full. I guess they're notorious for just dehydrating super fast. But yeah, so you just want to make sure they're hydrated. And yeah, just make sure you're up, especially if you use this dog food, the one I'm using. Again, it's so high in protein. I just want to make sure that they're super hydrated. So that's that. Now I'm going to show you how I clean out their cage. Alright guys, so there was another video. I was so excited to show you guys these ASFs. Sometimes I feel like I mess up that name. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as usual, guys, thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you guys later. Stay excellent.